Hello Python programmers. This is a video on how to connect to your remote repositories where you will post your source code and get credit for your coding. Um, I do have some news. I recently found out, like this morning, found out that uh, GitHub Classroom is coming to an end. So that's unfortunate. I've really enjoyed it over the past 5 years or so. I've been using it, and it's really, really convenient for me. I just open the repository and I can see everyone's commits. So, nonetheless, this first time I'll show you how to connect to your remote repository and how to just using web web tools, just post your code there. Uh, and then, I don't know, I'll figure out something, but we will definitely still keep using GitHub. We're not going to go back to the, stone and chisel days where we had to submit things, our raw files onto Canvas. It's just improper. Anyway, so let's say you're done with your Python programming, like I did, and I know where I need to get my work into my remote repository. So step one is know where your Python code is. I know where this Python code is. I coded this up in a previous video, and now I need to accept the assignment. Oh, first of all, you need to have a GitHub account. Okay, so I in fact do have a GitHub account. Here it is. You can look at this and see how many commits. See how busy I've been. You can see there's a pattern, right? When school's in, I'm doing all these commits, and then wow, kind of slacky commits in the winter here, but I guess I've been busy lately, right? Anyway, you need a GitHub account. So GitHub is just a website that happens to be owned by Microsoft. It's entirely free. It's I've never been hacked or anything. I think it's a safe place to, post things. I wouldn't post any, private information. Of course, don't do that anywhere. But, things that you're not. I doubt you will be hacked, by accessing GitHub.com. That's what I'm saying. So don't be afraid to get a GitHub account. Everyone needs a GitHub account. So my GitHub account happens to be registered. That's strange. I have my GitHub account registered to my private, my personal email, dmole@gmail.com. But here I've just, because I'm an educator and I'm in GitHub Classroom, I've published this email address at Fresno City College here. Okay, nonetheless, I do have a GitHub account. So I have a GitHub account and I know where my source code is that I want to post. All right, so click on GitHub Remote Repository. If you get the frowny face, do not worry. That's just Canvas. Click up here and find your name. Here's my name, Dennis Mole 01. Just in case, please choose your name. Now, I have a GitHub account. If you don't have a GitHub account, it's going to prompt you to make one, and you're going to have to follow through by answering some email. So that happens a lot. Or it may be that you get to this step here and you accept this without a GitHub account. I don't know, but the problems, I'm telling you, GitHub Classroom works. It's really easy. The problems is that authentication part, and it is just simply that students do not reply to the email that either GitHub or GitHub Classroom sent them. So I accept the assignment, and perfect. Your assignment repository has been created, and here is my public repository, remote repository. Even if you've never used GitHub, I will show you. This is really easy. Here's the README. You can look at the README and see what you're supposed to submit for this module. Okay, that's good. So let's go back to the module. Now, you don't even have to, use cloning or anything like that. You can just add file and upload. So upload files, choose your files. I'm on my local directory, local machine here in my office, and I want to upload that file that I just created. And it is right here. I have to know where it is. And sure enough, it's helloworld.py. Click on open, and then maybe my students forget to commit. I don't know. I don't know how this is so hard, but all they have to do is that, commit. And that's it. Now you can see that your assignment is not only committed so that I see it so that I can give you credit for doing your work, but you have a place to store your files. And I'm going to pause and I'll show you how I see your work and your commits using GitHub Classroom. Okay, so here I am in GitHub Classroom, and while I'm doing this, I'm just thinking, wow, it's a shame that all this is going to go away, and what am I going to do? But I can open up our class, and I can open up our assignment, and there you go. Oh, Jose already submitted some things. I can see all of the students that have submitted their work. So it looks like this guy named Dennis Mo 01 submitted his work. Let me see exactly what he did. Oh, he did the hello world just like he's supposed to. Let me see how that looks. Perfect, A+. Okay, so that's how I grade your work, and that's how GitHub Classroom works. And notice there's no cloning, there was no pushing, nothing. I just opened up my repository in GitHub Classroom, which is actually a repository on GitHub, but GitHub Classroom is like an umbrella for the repositories that you create under it. So that's really all there is to it. So any questions on this? Don't send me alarming questions. Don't try to hook up GitHub to or Git to PyCharm. I think we will have to do that in a couple weeks once GitHub Classroom is retired, and I go through the process of saying goodbye to it, because it's been so handy and so convenient. I will really miss it. But anyway, for right now, let's do that. So step one is, number one, get a GitHub account. If you don't have a GitHub account, if you do, check it, dust it off, make sure you know how to do commits, and then open up GitHub Classroom and commit something, okay? So I would appreciate it, even if you just did the hello world, I would appreciate it if you did that right now, and then you can see how easy it is to submit your work in CIT-95.